Hey guys, how you doing? This is Rowland with the Ordinary Investor. Once again, just here to talk about your brain being powerful. Today's lesson is your brain is powerful. Um, I don't know if you guys have ever actually written down a task and then accomplished it. Well, if you have ever done that, your brain powered your way through that. So our brain is very powerful. That's saying you can do anything you want to do, or whether a man think he can, or whether a man thinks he can't, he's correct. Well, that's true. You're only bound by the limitations of your mind. And I'm not a psychology expert or anything like that, but I know that things work for me when I start to write down goals. Like if you have the Starting in Stocks book, you can write down your goals, because what you're doing when you write things down is you're subconsciously putting those thoughts in your mind. Not to mention that your mind helps to manifest physical things. Now, I'm going back to my chemistry and physics roots here, but you got to think about it. When you think about something, your brain starts to fire physical synapses, which start to trigger connections in your brain. So thoughts are actually physical, in a sense, and actually, in a real way through electrical pulses. So when you think something, when you can conjure something up in your mind, it starts to fire physical electric pulses in your brain. And that's how we make connections. But just think about this. I'll say this. I've used my brain to help better myself. I do a lot of reading of self-help books and the investing books. I kind of do less of that now because I know the strategies that I'm trying to work with very, very well at this point. So right now I'm just trying to grow, make sure I'm growing, as a person, as an investor, and really utilize the power of my brain, because the brain is powerful, y'all. Like just think about everything you've accomplished. So think about if you have a degree or a certificate, or you went to school for any amount of time, what that was like. If you said to yourself, hey, I'm going to graduate in this area of expertise with this diploma, and you actually did it, your brain helped power you through all those classes that you had to take, figuring out what classes you had to take, how to study to accomplish the goal. Your brain powers you through it. It is enormously powerful. Matter of fact, some of us have a self-sabotaging tendency because of our limiting beliefs. Just think about Elon Musk. If Elon Musk didn't believe that he can do an electric vehicle like nobody else, we wouldn't have Tesla cars. Speaking of, Tesla just hitting all-time highs right now, by the way. And it's all about belief system, right? Like sometimes I do little messages where I show you guys how my account has grown, and I'll show a couple stocks up here and it growth over time, just to show you that belief system is real. If you think that 4 and 5% and 6% is the norm and 10% is the norm, I'm telling you guys, if you're not in the investing world, you need to get in it, because those returns are very, very small. And if you're depending on those kind of returns, you absolutely can achieve returns that are better than that over time. Without a doubt, we all have the skills and the tools to do so, just through personal experience. Anyway, let's get back on topic with this your brain being powerful. Anything that you achieve, or that you see that you can achieve, a lot of times we often hit those marks, or if we don't, we come really, really close in the process. For example, did you know that you can make 20 and 30% per year actually in certain stocks? Now, if you never really believe that in your brain, it will be hard for you to conceptualize that and then to want to achieve that, right? If nobody ever showed you a 20 or 30% return, then you wouldn't know that it's possible. But some of these things are possible. I'm gonna go ahead and show you some stocks here just so you can take a look. I mean, I'm gonna just throw some out there. There's stocks like Amazon, just reported today, is going crazy right now. I'll put that one up. Okay, over the past few months, Tesla has been going crazy. There've been a number of other stocks that have just been going up. And if you didn't know that these things existed or that you could participate, then you wouldn't know that these things are possible for you, but they are. And how I got really good at investing is I just believed that I could. And I didn't quit. I didn't quit. I didn't give up. I said, hey, I see these things happening. I see little instances where, things will go over 100% in less than a week. I've seen it happen. And because I've seen it happen, my mind is now exposed to it. And now I know it's possible for me to have some crazy results like that happen. Now, they don't happen often, and none of it is guaranteed. You'll win some trades and you'll lose some trades. If you're a long-term investor, it's a lot easier because you just, put your money in it and just let it go. But your mind can help you through this stuff, y'all. And if you know it's possible, if you don't think it's possible, we need to start getting around people that can help expand our minds, even if it's just for small things. I have an uncle that is really different in his thinking than everybody else. And he actually had a lot of legitimacy to his thoughts, even though they were not common thoughts. And I just thank God for him being in my life, because he was a great example of being around somebody that didn't think like the crowd. And once you can do those things, you can achieve extraordinary heights. And I'm learning that because I'm starting to see the growth in my personal being through doing a lot of self-help stuff. I'm starting to see the growth in my investment accounts through just, following certain people and taking courses. And even after I know some stuff, continuing to educate myself about investing. But the brain is a powerful, powerful thing, and we don't utilize it like we should. And, we should really try. One thing I do, for example, is the I am affirmation. Sometimes in the morning, I'll just click it on a YouTube video and I'll just play it, and just to affirm myself, because I have to help do myself, because I don't speak to myself like that sometimes. So I got to play a recording that helps remind me, I am wise, I'm wealthy, excuse me, I'm healthy. I can do all things. I forgive myself for my mistakes. I'm going to move forward. And that stuff really, really helps subconsciously, because our brains are powerful. Our brains are powerful. If you ever think you want to live in a certain neighborhood and you actually made it to that neighborhood, guess what? You did it. And a lot of it was guided through your brain. You put the vision of that house in that neighborhood in your mind, and slowly you were making decisions every day, subconsciously and consciously, to achieve those goals. So we have to program and train our minds to get maximum capacity out of it. And I know it's cliche. I know you're probably like, oh, Roland, what is this mindset stuff? What is this? I'm telling you guys, mindset stuff is for real. It works. If just try it. If you haven't tried it, try it. The brain is so powerful, but you have to feed it the right stuff. You have to feed it positive energy. You have to feed it knowledge. You have to keep it positive. You have to believe that you can achieve these goals. Again, because I've said this before, if you don't believe it, nobody else will. So you got to believe it. We had a great basketball player that recently passed, and a lot of stories are coming out that he had a belief in himself that was like none other, right? That he could just accomplish whatever and there's nothing going to stop him. And that was his mindset that did that for him, his mindset. So mindset is very powerful. Our brains are very powerful. Let's not forget to use them, and let's not count ourselves out of the game, y'all. It doesn't matter what age you are still in the game. If you want to achieve a goal, if you want to achieve wealth, if you want to achieve financial freedom, it is possible for you. You just have to put your brain to it, set it, and then start to take actionable steps and start to put positive thinking into your brain, and it will happen. All right. Anyway, this is Rowland Webb with Ordinary Investor. Your brain is powerful. It's powerful. We got to utilize it. We have to make sure that we're taking all those things and put it to work. All right. Write down goals. Start writing down dreams that you have to have. Start doing these things and utilizing your brain. It will do the work for you, but you got to put it on an assignment. You got to put it on a project. So let's make sure we're using our brains. If you guys want to learn to invest, you guys know that we have resources at theordinaryinvestor.com. You can go there and get your resources. I'm going to have some courses coming up real soon. If you haven't gotten the Starting in Stocks workbook, please get that. That's going to help get your brain going, getting that Starting in Stocks workbook. I'm telling you, if you start going through and writing out your debts and writing down your goals and writing down your budget and figuring out how that thing works so you can get your extra money at the end of the month and then start figuring out where you want to put it to work, I'm telling you, it works. The workbook is there to help you do the work. And once you start writing in that notebook and putting your numbers down and seeing how long it's going to take you to be debt free and seeing how long it's going to take you to, erase even maybe all debt besides your mortgage, you're going to be surprised. And then normally what happens is you start hitting those goals and you start achieving them, sometimes even ahead of schedule. So make sure we're programming our brain. This is Rowland Webb with The Ordinary Investor. Your brain is powerful. We have to utilize it. We have to keep feeding it, keeping it positive so that we can achieve whatever goals that we have, whether they're financial or personal. This is Rowland Webb. Take care. See you on the next one.